The number one thing you want to avoid if you find yourself attached too easily is getting intimate. Do not get intimate with this person. And look, I totally get it. It's not easy. If you've been single for a while, sometimes you just want this touch. Sometimes you just want another body on top of you. You're just like, you know what? I don't even need to do any of the funny business. I just want to feel a man on top of me. But you've resisted for so long now, and you put so much work. It's very likely what's gonna happen. You will end up sleeping with someone who maybe you see that he's not really a good match, but you're just like, you know what, I don't care. I'm just so frustrated. I can't deal with this. But if you are someone who gets attached very easily, you know that once you are intimate with someone, once you sleep with someone, something just switches in your brain and you turn into this woman. You cannot recognize her. You want to have your dates outside, public places, no cooking at your place, no going for Netflix and chill or being tempted by him, by his home-cooked lasagna, banana bread or whatever he wants to make you. I think the most impressive thing that I ever got invited for on a date, and both of those guys, they didn't initiate anything physical. Once a guy made me a full English roast. If you ever had an English roast dinner, it's quite a feast and it takes hours to prepare. And then this other guy, he was some kind of contestant for a British Bake Off or something, and he actually made macaroons. Yes. Am I saying that I am better than you because a guy never prepared those things for you? No, I'm not, but just so you know, where there is will, there is, what's that thing? If you're someone who gets attached very easily, one of the best things that you can do is ground yourself. Now, the reason you want to ground yourself is not because that you want to detach, not care. No, because if you are doing those things, if you're turning yourself into the ice queen, then when you are actually around this man who could possibly be a good match for you in your body, you won't be able to feel that. You won't be able to recognize this because you numbed yourself so much. You can't be numbing yourself from one thing and then expect that you'll be able to feel these other things. It just doesn't work like that. I'm saying that as a reminder to myself because there are a lot of things that I'm not willing to feel. Like this video, there are a lot of things that you are not willing to feel. So if you find yourself in this pattern where you feel that I feel way more grounded when I am single and when I am not actively dating, when I am not on any dating apps, and I almost feel that every time I'm engaging with someone, I need like a mini holiday from it, or I need to take a break so I can go back into myself, so I can go back into my senses, so I can go back into my main character era, or whatever you want to call it. And look, I totally get what it means, because I remember when I was single and dating, I caught myself in the situation where I'm like, okay, woman, what is happening here? You've written 2 books on this topic, you have a YouTube channel, and you find yourself Googling how long is it okay for a guy not to respond to a text. But I was like, okay, just let's take a little step back. So how can you ground yourself? You're very smart and you know very well what are the things that make you feel good and what are the ones that make you feel miserable. So maybe some of the things that don't make you feel that good is when you neglect your body and you neglect your health. So what's going to make you feel better? Is it cooking a beautiful meal for yourself? Or is it having a noodle pot thing? What is going to make you feel better? Scrolling on your phone mindlessly? Trying to numb yourself with online shopping? Or maybe going for a walk? Going to an exercise class, going and looking at your flowers. That's something actually I've been doing. I remember how years ago I would make fun of my mother, of my grandmother, of my auntie, because I would say, oh, they're talking to their flowers, or the first thing they do when they wake up in the morning, they go and look at their flowers. And now I catch myself sometimes going around and just looking at the flowers and the little leaves and seeing what's happening there. When you find yourself in that situation that you are talking to someone, you just maybe matched with this guy, or maybe you went on a date and you driving yourself absolutely crazy, what are those things that help you ground you? When you do them, you can clearly hear the sane you. What are those things? I'm also very big on journaling. Maybe you could call a friend that can actually tell you, look, you've come so far and I think you're doing really great. Or a friend that can say, you know what, I think this guy is toxic and you should not go out with him. I have a lot of videos on this channel about guys that are not good for you. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Let's go a bit deeper into this feeling of as if you are losing yourself, losing your mind. Why does dating feel so frustrating? And why are you not able to get on with your maybe regular day-to-day things the moment there is a new object of interest in your life? It's very likely that you got hurt. I remember finding myself in a situation years ago when I got cheated, where I was seeing someone and then I realized he wasn't even single, when I was seeing someone and then realized I was the other woman. So if you've been through those situations, then it's very likely that now when you are dating, you are actively looking for what could go wrong and how could he hurt you. How is he going to absolutely crush you and lie to you, and what are those red flags that you should be looking for? And yes, it is understandable that you want to find those red flags as soon as you can. So then you're like, okay, I proved this guy is no good, now I can move to the next one. However, are you actually interested more in finding red flags and determining those red flags with every person that you meet? Or are you more interested in finding someone that you can create a beautiful, healthy relationship? Because you know how it works. You always find what you're looking for. Instead of going out of your way, stalking his Instagram at 2 in the morning and looking at his girlfriend's pictures from 2015 or whatnot, slow down. And when you think you're slowing down, slow down even more. I did this live stream recently. I said how I went on these 2 very impressive dates with this guy. He planned everything. He took me to these nice places. He was a true gentleman, didn't initiate anything physically. And I was like, wow, the way is this guy showing up? Wow, I'm very impressed. And my attraction towards him is growing because of the way he's showing up. However, on the 3rd date, I set the boundary and then he ghosted me. So if you are someone who gets attached too easily, you want to slow down. You think you are already slowing down? No. Slow down even more and make your dates shorter. The first time you meet him, there is no need to have lunch, dinner extended to the next morning. No, you need ways to maintain your sanity, to regulate yourself. If you're someone who gets attached too easily, you have to find your go-to techniques that you know that's going to soothe you. And I know for someone who is very sane, very secure, these kinds of things sound a bit like over the top. I was talking to my boyfriend just a few days ago and I got off the call with a lady who wants to work with me, and he was just talking to me and saying, I can't believe that people actually need help with this. Women, they need help with dating. And I was looking at him and thinking, well, yeah, easy for you to say because you are a very sane, very secure person, but not all of us are like that. And certain things that is just so easy and common sense and no effort whatsoever is a very, very big struggle for others. I was observing 2 ladies at a HIIT class. I was standing at the front next to this guy who is, I think he's the fittest person in this class. So I'm being a very competitive woman. I was trying to keep up with him, and I saw at a certain point when it was time to do Russian twists, I'm doing this and I can see that his legs are down, they're not up, and I was like, yes, I am winning. But that's not the point. I was observing these ladies at the back. They are a bit, you can say they're less fit. However, they keep showing up and they keep coming to those classes. And yes, maybe when we have to do reverse crunches, another lady is just doing regular crunches. Maybe when we're supposed to do a side plank, she's doing a regular plank, but she's doing her very best and she's showing up. I really would like to encourage you, even if this whole dating thing, it makes you feel that you are losing your sanity, it's okay to take a little break. But please, instead of giving up on love completely, and I know you're probably not giving up on love because you're still watching this video, find ways to ground yourself and find what are those things that you can do that can help you to go back into who you are. Now, if you've been in this painful pattern for a while and you find it really difficult to break, one of the ways to actually finally do that is to seek for support. Because sometimes, even if you think that I already know what to do, sometimes it takes someone from the outside to maybe pinpoint certain things or to simply give you that support. And if you feel that I could be that person that could support you, then make sure that you book a call with me. There is a link in the description. Like this, if you found it useful, please share with your girlfriend, subscribe for more, and thank you so much for watching.